Good morning, everybody. Hopefully we can get through this quite quickly. I have 5 different people to answer their questions, and I think just about everybody wanted a card reading to boot. So you're going to see me doing a lot of pausing between each one. If it runs over, I want to do that so that if it runs over, I can just automatically upload straight to YouTube without having to edit the video. So you'll see me pause instead of having to do a lot of edits and cutting things out when I have to. So bear with me. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and let the pendulum know that for a no answer, I want you to please swing back and forth like this. Thank you. And for a yes answer, could you give me a circular motion? Thank you. I did put this on a loop so that it's not hanging from the clasp, which makes it much better. I have some questions from Instagram and one from right off from YouTube. So I'm going to start with, and I'm going by the order which I got the questions. I got one that came in this morning. And what I did with everybody on Instagram is I gave them a letter. And then, of course, a number for each item that they wanted. The first person, I had to kind of write this in a way that the pendulum can answer your question. And I'm going to put the question right here underneath the pendulum. And I'm going to hold the pendulum still. So for the person that I gave the letter A to, your first question is my career choice for me? And there's a backstory behind this. So I want to know, for the person lettered A, is her career choice correct for her? I don't know if you're seeing that, but that is swinging back and forth. I know you had some concerns, so there's your answer. I'm going to hold this steady. I'm going to pause this because the next thing that you wanted was a card reading for the remainder of the month of March. So I'm going to pause this for a well, I shouldn't have to. I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to need to angle this down so you can see the table and do your card reading. Hopefully I won't mess anything up. Yep. Well, we're going to use that one. For the month of March so far, we have the forest lovers, and the forest lovers could be that you have a new love coming into your life. It could be a love of a person or a renewal of love. The springtime is all about having a whole new start on life, a whole new start on your future and your love. This also could have a lot to do with your career choice. And your next card that we have is the Four of Bows, and it's about celebration. And with your career choice and with the answer from the pendulum, you could be celebrating that whole new career choice that's coming up. You had concerns about the career choice that you had chosen and that you thought was possibly the wrong path for you. You could be celebrating because you're choosing a new career choice or a new love in your life. And there's a celebration of some sort. You're seeing me turn these upside down because I want them to face the camera. The wheel is all about uh, the choices. It has to do with choices. It has to do with all the different things that are going on throughout the rest of the year. This career choice that you made is going to follow you through the entire year. So you have a whole thing going on. It's going to follow you through the entire year. So I feel that you're with your new career choice, uh, being in love, this is going to be long lasting. Your love and your celebration, and it's going to last. It's not going to disappear, or it's not going to fade away. It's something that's going to last. Let me turn it upside so you can see it. The next card that I'm going to give you, I'm just going to put it right here like this, is the Ace of Arrows. It's the breath of life. And what you're being given is, it's really hard here because of the way the camera is. What you're being given is a whole new look on life, a new breath on life, a new lease on life, so to speak. So I feel that your choices of what you want to do, follow your heart, and you're going to have a celebration coming with a new love, a new life. I feel that this may not be a person. It may be the love of your new job choice or your new career choice. With the celebration, this is something that's long lasting, and you're getting a whole new look on life, a whole new aspect going on. And we also have the Ten of Arrows, and it's the instruction. And you're going to learn whole new things, all new things and stuff. This all aims at that career choice. And I feel that what you discussed with me in your message, you've got this, you've got it followed through. With the Pendulum's answer was about that original career choice. Follow your heart. And this is all falling right in with that. So follow your instinct. And what you want to do is going to be long lasting. It's going to bring you lots of joy and celebrations, and it's going to give you a whole new breath on life. You're going to learn so many new things throughout this career choice that you really want to do. And I hope that that brings you many different answers to your questions and help guide you. And I thank you very much for participating. I'm going to make sure that these get it back in the deck correctly. So you're going to see me pause this. Okay, I'm just going to leave this angled down with this. You don't need to see my ugly mug anyways. For the person that sent me the second message that I received, I gave you the letter B. You had a question. You sent me a message, and the question in there was, did my mother have pain when she passed? And I asked you if you really wanted me to say that out loud, and you said that that wasn't a problem. So your question is, did my mother have pain when she passed? And you also wanted a spiritual path reading and about whether or not you would get over your loss. And so our first question is for the person I gave the letter B to. Did his mother have pain when she passed? It is swinging back and forth. Let me move my hands so you can see that. Sorry. I know my camera angle isn't the best this morning. I was trying to angle it so that, let me get my arm a little better. And we'll reword that question. The person that's asking about his mother, he would like to know if his mother had pain when she passed. I don't know. Can you see that okay? That is a definite no. She was not in pain when she passed. And that is the second time I asked just to verify for you, and it is the second time we got a no. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a spiritual path reading, asking about when you will, if you will get over your loss. Loss is very hard to get over. And it's all about forgiving, learning to forgive yourself if there's something going on. And people are like, but there's nothing to forgive. And it's deep down in, I feel that there is some kind of forgiveness that's going on. It's a spiritual release. I feel like we're where we need to be. Again, you're going to see me turn these upside down. The Four of Vessels is talking about boredom, and the boredom card, let me get it closer, it's not just about boredom, but you see this person, they're sitting here and they're idle. And I feel that you're sitting there and you're just vegetating. You're not getting up and doing anything. And you see all this darkness that's around you, behind you. That darkness is looming over you. It's causing you great depression, great sorrow, great sadness. And even though there are wonderful things sitting around you that could be bringing you light, I believe that you have wonderful things around you that belong to your mother, that remind you of your mother, that represent your mother. You need to first step back, take a look at things, start appreciating those things that remind you of your mother, because all that darkness behind you is going to keep continuing to gather upon you, and they're going to continue to bring you down, and they're going to continue to wear you down to a point where you may not be able to come back out of it without a lot of help. So remember that this sitting there and overdwelling is not healthy. Look for those little signs that were your mother. I went out yesterday and I picked daffodils. Something that brings me to my mother. Was I sad? Yes, very much. They're actually sitting right here beside me. This little resemblance, this little remembrance of my mother. Find little things. Find the joy in your mother. Start bringing yourself forward. You will learn. Here we have another card that's speaking the same message to you. This is the King of Arrows. This is the Kingfisher. He has a very keen eye. He is looking for the tiniest little things. And you will find as you go out about your world and start learning to live again, you will find tiny little things that will remind you of your mother, that will bring you those joys as you go along, so that you can learn to find a path of life again. Even though you feel loneliness and you feel like you're alone out there, those little things will help bring you along, and you'll find little things every day that'll say, "Hi, Mom, there you are. I know you're there. I know you're watching over me." So the Kingfisher has a very keen eye, a very bright eye, and it may not be very easy. We have the Eight of Bows, and it's the hearth fire. I feel like your mom was the center of your life. She may have been the one thing that you always looked forward to, that always was there. So when you look at look at all these things that were your mom, that remind you of your mom, let her still be your hearth fire, but remember that you're still a very much part of her life, and she is still very much a part of your life. But life does continue around her, even though she's only a spirit. You see this glow back here? That is still her. That is still this fire. That's still part of it. Even though she's not actually physically here, you can still celebrate that. And you will continue to grow and learn to get over it. It takes a long time. It takes a long time. Our next card is the Seven of Bows, and it's about clearance. It's about clearing out the old things, bringing in new life, and learning new things. And that is about healing, and learning a new way. Without your mom, it is hard, especially if you've been very close. So, it sounds bad to be clearing things away, but maybe taking a tiny step. Picking out something that means something very special to you. Keeping it close. Learning to break things down one step at a time. And you will eventually be able to gather your life back together. And it is all about endurance. It's enduring every day, one day at a time. Take a deep breath. You will get through this. It is about taking time, about taking one day at a time. The Three of Stones is about creativity. You see, she feels like she's up against the rock. She feels like she's being trapped. And maybe that's how you feel. You feel trapped within yourself, within your memories, within everything. I feel that once you start letting go and start looking for these things, and remember, even though she's not the fire, she's now the smoke and the light from the hearth fire. Once you start letting go and using that creativity of the new thinking of where she is now, you will move on, and you will be able to build a new life, and you will start to get over her loss. You never entirely get over a loss of a loved one, but you will be able to move on. And I feel that it will take time, especially seems as how I feel that you guys were very, very close. She was very much the center of your life. And just, it takes time, okay? Go over this video again a couple times if you need to understand what I said. Take some time. And just remember, pick something out. Look for her in everything you do. You're not alone, and she did not completely desert you or leave you. She's going to be there in everything you see. There's going to be something each day that's going to say, hey, that reminds me of Mom, or that smell reminds me of Mom. There's a daffodil alongside the road. Mom used to grow daffodils. You know, there's little things that will help you every day. I'm going to pause this while I take care of my cards and on to the next, and I thank you very much. Okay, I'm back with another reading. To the person that sent me this, I was surprised to get two guys that actually contacted me. This is from another gentleman. I gave you the letter C. And his question was, is my son happy where he is? Again, another one with a backstory that I'm not going to share the whole backstory. I'm just going to ask the pendulum the question. For this gentleman that I've given the letter C, is his son happy where he is? Can you make out that that's a circle? that is a nice big circle. All right, and you asked also, will my son ever talk to me again? Again, we have a circle. I have seen this, and it's heartbreaking so much anymore with families, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, grandparents. It's like a whole wave of this that goes on. I don't really entirely understand the thinking. I know when my kids went to school, it was all about they would walk into the Bainbridge Guilford School, and the entire wall in front of the kids when they walk in was huge letters that said, "Your parents cannot tell you no." Huge letters covered the entire width from floor to ceiling. That's what it said. Little bitty letters about maybe this tall across the bottom said, they should ask you not to. What are the kids going to read? Your parents cannot tell you no. In these enormous letters. And then they wonder why our kids have turned out the way they have. So, I don't know. But I had a lot of problems with that school. A lot of problems. So did my kids. And I know my son's having problems with his kids at that school. I don't know why they stay there. Christina asked, and I know what her wishes are. Christina asked, will my wishes come true? Hold on, I need to get a drink. My throat is like super duper. Okay, I got a drink, and Christina's question is, will my dreams come true? I want to make sure Christina can see that. Honey, that is a circle. That is a big circle. And healing does take time, but your dreams are going to come true, sweetheart. That is cool. Very good. And I thank you, Christina, also for commenting. Now, the one that came through this morning, there was a quick little note along with this. And I gave you the letter D. I had to write this in a way that the pendulum can answer. So the person that I messaged back this morning and told you I gave you the letter D, the question is, will I get a job this month? I know that they applied for several different jobs at the beginning of this month. So the question is, will I get a job this month? And that is a circle. That is cool. So yes, your efforts will definitely give you employment this month. You will get a job this month. And you also asked for a 3-card future reading. A 3-card spread for your future. I feel like we're where we need to be. Again, you're going to see me turn them upside down so that you can see what I have. Your first one is the 3 of Bows, and it's about fulfillment. Your future, you've been traveling paths and having to make choices and decisions, and you've come to the center where you've got your paths going both ways, and you've reached the center of where you've made decisions, and this is the fulfillment card, where you finally have realized your hopes and dreams, and you just asked about getting a job. You've been out applying for positions, and you will get that fulfillment. You will be able to achieve the goals that you've gotten, because that's what this card is. It's about achieving your goals and your wishes and your dreams. This is the fulfillment card. This is the 3 of Bows. I'll show you that a little closer. And that is about fulfillment. That is the first card in your future. And this is the Wheel, number 10. And this is about lasting. This job that you've got that's going to be offered to you will last. It will not be a fly-by-night job. It will not be a quick job. This is something that's going to take you on into the future. It's not just a job. It may start out simple or whatever. I'm not sure what position you're going to get. I have a feeling there's going to be more than one job offer coming your way, but I feel that there's one that's going to take you places, that's going to be long-lasting, and is going to give you everything that you are looking for in a job. And your next card is the Moon on the water, and this is all about things that are to come, and that's exactly what we want to see. You've got things lying under the water here. You've got new life that's coming out. You've got the full moon. You've got the storks flying. I don't know if you can see them. You've got the storks flying. You've got the egg, which is representing new life coming, which could be your new job, giving you that new life. And it's just under the water, and it is coming your way. This is all about your future. So your new job that's coming is going to be giving you a really great, awesome future. You've got wonderful things coming your way, and you will be able to see this lasting more than just a fly-by-night job. The position that you're going to get is going to be an ongoing job. It's going to last you a long time, and it's something that is going to be fulfilling. It's something that you've been wanting to have. So I really hope that you've appreciated this, enjoyed this. I appreciate each and every one of you that have participated in this, and I hope that you all enjoy this. It is a video that will just get put up the way it is, no editing, because it is almost 30 minutes long. So I want to thank everybody. I will post on Instagram that the video is up once it's posted. It's going to take a while to upload because it is so long. But I want to thank everybody for participating. I want you to please like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm going to do one more reading. Let me put these back in the deck the way they're supposed to be. And I always separate my cards after I've used them in a reading. And I'm going to give everybody a collective reading. Seems how this has to go up the way it needs to, just straight up to YouTube with no editing. I'm going to give everybody a quick reading for the rest of this week. Sorry, I almost dropped all my cards. My pinky is numb today. So what we're going to talk about today is rest. I feel that the somebody out there is needing some rest, needing some time off, needing to take a break. I feel that it's definitely a physical rest. That something's going on with someone, and there's some kind of illness out there that people are having to deal with. I'm not talking the coronavirus people. And people are going to have to take some time off and take some rest um, to beat whatever's going on in their life. And then we have the journey. The journey is kind of like the death card that goes right along quickly with the rest. Something's coming to an end. So you're going to take this rest until you feel better, until you reach the end of whatever's going on with your body. Let that get over with before you start over. And then we have the seer. The seer is the person that's going to be watching over you, that's going to be able to envision what's coming on to your next journey in life. Because there are so many things going on, I feel that this person that's having to rest, and there's an end coming to something, your new visions, your new things that are coming on, you're going to be having a lot of visionary dreams. You're going to be seeing a lot of things in your dreams. You're going to feel a lot of deja vu coming on. And let that be known that those are things are real. Those are not just a figment of your imagination. Things that you're experiencing deja vu have really happened or are going to happen. So keep an eye on those things. Those things are going to play importance in your future. So pay attention to those things. The Eight of Arrows is about struggles. There's going to be some kind of struggle coming up. It could have something to do with this illness and hopefully that ending. There's going to be some sort of struggle coming up you're going to have to deal with. And don't ever forget that you have that guiding light to keep you on the road where you need to be. And that's your protection. Let's see what else we have to go with it. The Hooded Man. He's kind of dark, isn't he? He's the hooded man. He's going to bring an end also to things. He's the one that you need to watch out for. He's going to almost guide you and keep things from ending. He's someone to watch for. He's someone you need to keep an eye out for and keep things on the straight and narrow. So we have an ending here. Something's happening that you need to watch for. You have the seer with the deja vu. Pay attention closely to what's going on because it's warning you of the struggles and of the hooded man. There's things going on with the illness and struggles and an ending of a journey. And we have the seer, the deja vu, the things that you're seeing in your dreams, meditation, or anything. And we have the, I'm sorry, the way my table's set up is different today because of what I'm doing. And then we have the struggles, and then we have the hooded man. So there's our reading for the week, for the rest of this week. It may not look very good, and it's not. I know you guys are like, oh, you usually pull really nice cards. Well, life isn't always perfect. Life is not always perfect, guys. So, let me bring it down. Life is not always perfect. Life is going to be like this. You're going to be ill. You're going to have an ending of that illness. You're going to have visions that are going to warn you of what's coming up so that you can maybe avoid these things. Everybody have a wonderful day. Watch for things and signs of things that's going to foretell of what's going on. Everybody have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.